being in presence. August 26, 2014. One of the most important distinguishing aspects of your species is your unique power of speech. When you use this power without causing harm onto others, you truly are meriting conscious speech. When you speak consciously, you are mindful. You demonstrate thoughtfulness and concern on what you say and how you say the words when you are communicating with others. What you communicate and how you communicate when conversing with others can easily demonstrate to those listening and tuning into what you are conveying, your intention and awareness that is behind your attempt to communicate. Once you unleash your words, there is no magic eraser to make them go away if you have said something unkind or hurtful. Dear ones, you are responsible for what you say and how you speak the words. In order to speak to others without demeaning them, it is necessary to upgrade your speech to being caring, suitable, truthful yet not harmful, not contentious, not offensive, and without the use of negative gossip. When you tune into your own conscience, your intuition of what is right can become your guide, directing you towards what is appropriate to say compared to what is not. Before you release your words to the person whom you are conversing with, it is a good idea to understand in advance how your words may affect the other person. Will they be able to determine where your intentions are coming from? How many times have you just spit your words out, unaware of their effect because you didn't think beforehand, and the other person mistook your intentions as being negative or harmful? Of course, you cannot determine how the other person will respond or react, but depending on the words you have chosen in the context they are expressed, with the proper tone of voice along with body posture and language, can easily make your communication and conversation much more pleasant, understanding, and non-harmful, and demonstrate good intentions. When you make the effort to always look for ways to improve your communication, you will bring excellence to your speaking skills. Why is it important to have good speaking skills? Well, dear ones, to have excellence in speech helps to broaden your use of vocabulary. It helps you to learn how to use certain emotional tones in your voice. Your facial expressions match what you are trying to convey, and your words matter a whole lot more. When you take the time to improve this aspect of yourself, you are displaying a great amount of self-care and self-love, and that you care how you express yourself. You don't want others to consider you being crude, critical, or hurtful with your words. You may say you don't care, but deep down everyone wants to be treated compassionately, and the words and how they are expressed helps one to feel cared for, accepted, and respected. Being able to speak clearly and articulately requires attentiveness from you, to focus on what your intentions are behind the words you are about to express, and to be in presence throughout the conversation, to not go off track on a different direction. We see so often, with those you're intimately comfortable with such as family and close friends, you tend to speak and communicate through emotional reactions, with anger and frustration being a common denominator. Every time you speak to someone in anger, it adds a poisonous component to that relationship. Anger is not healing, and it is not helpful. We do not encourage you to repress your anger because that doesn't work either. Repressed anger is toxic, and when you least expect can explode, causing sometimes irreparable harm. It is then necessary to find a middle ground when dealing with anger. This means you look inside yourself, discovering where this anger came from, and accepting this feeling and allow yourself to feel its energy, then importantly not identifying with it, letting it go. You don't have to become the anger, and it is not appropriate to push or force your destructive emotions on those around you. Yes, see the anger, let it come, feel it, but remember it will pass. It is merely one of your many feelings. Your anger is not who you are. When it is necessary to converse with others as you are learning to let go of your anger, it is important to choose your words wisely, without being reactive, because you have chosen to not cling emotionally to the anger, which allows you to speak constructively instead of with abuse or harm. There are a lot of talkers among you. From all the talking going around, how many are actually listening? In order to be good at speaking, it is also necessary to be good at listening. It is essential, dear ones, to display interest to what others are sharing. When you are listening consciously, you are quiet on the inside, Being attentive to whom is speaking, there is no inward judgment going on, and there is no preparing what you are going to say next. You are there, tuned in, attentive, and there in presence. It is well observed, dear ones, that those that talk obsessively miss many opportunities to enjoy the people around them. They don't really get to know them. They become more of an audience than a friend. On the other hand, those that talk too little, regardless for their reason, often miss the opportunity and potential to make themselves heard, to fully engage in the give and take of a conversation. Being able to speak consciously with others ultimately means finding the right balance between listening and speaking. When you are having a conversation with others, it means not being so identified with your own inner self and world that there is no room to listening to others. There is no opening for others to engage or to demonstrate care for in the form of words and expression. It means making room for others to share and to express themselves while you are focused and paying attention to what they are saying. Being fully present during a conversation, during the speaking and listening, requires practice with your inner self, developing your awareness to the sound and pitch of your voice, determining the emotional aspect of how your words sound, tune into the sensations in your throat, your mouth, and how your chest feels when you speak certain words a certain way. Understand the meaning of words and the effect they can have. Learn how to use facial expressions and body language while talking and listening. All this means, dear ones, is that you are being present in your total body, heart, and mind during the time you are talking and when you are listening. Become aware and observant of how those that are listening to you are responding to what you are sharing in order to be fully conscious of what is going on during your conversation. When you are able to share with others through speech and from listening, you feel liberated, you begin to relax and enjoy each other's company. There is a mutual give and take, both are listening, both are speaking and expressing themselves in ways that are acceptable and appropriate. There are no feelings being hurt, there is respect and care being shared. When the energy of the conversation is friendly, you permit yourself to allow the creative and spontaneity to make an entrance to what you are saying and hearing, which can release joy, and oftentimes genuine humor, laughter, and many smiling opportunities. It is a good feeling to be able to talk to someone, to enjoy company with another when there is equal give and take, where listening and speaking well is being done by both. It gives a comfortable feeling of acceptance. The inner work of conscious speaking truly describes speaking well in such a way that does not offend your conscience, speaking with excellence with others, learning to not speak when certain reactive emotions are present, making room to listen to others attentively, and being completely present from beginning to end of your conversation. The next time you are in the company of another person, be present when you speak and when you listen, tune into their reactions, determine if the words you spoke were appropriate, and how you can make your speech and listening skills better. Regardless of the direction of your journey, paths will cross and there will be people you'll need to address. It is up to you, your responsibility, to ensure what you are expressing is understood without being hurtful. If it is possible for a person to be mean, criticizing and judgmental towards another, then it is also possible to be compassionate, respectful, and appreciative towards other people. It's a matter of choice. The more positive your choices are, the more joyful and pleasant the experience will be. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com